Gas is leaking from the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The Nord Stream 1, which has been operational and critical to Europe's energy security for quite some time now, and also the Nord Stream 2, which has been defunct all this while. Gas leaks have been discovered in both of them. The Nord Stream 2 was Russia's dream project. It would make Europe more dependent on Russian natural gas than it already was. But the war in Ukraine led to Germany suspending the project just before it was about to begin operations. 7 months later, Nord Stream 2 is now leaking and nobody knows why. The thing is, such a leak is potentially dangerous, which is why Denmark has told ships to stay away from a 5 nautical mile radius of the island of Bornholm. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline was meant to double the volume of gas flowing from St. Petersburg under the Baltic Sea to Germany. Before Germany suspended the project, the pipeline was filled with 300 million cubic meters of gas. Nord Stream spokesman Ulrich Lissek said, "The pipeline was never in use, just prepared for technical operation and therefore filled with gas." In a notice to ships, Denmark's Maritime Traffic Agency on Monday said that the gas leak is dangerous for maritime traffic. You see, the overnight pressure in the pipeline dropped dramatically from 105 to 7 bars all of a sudden. This caused a large bubble field near Bornholm, according to the Nord Stream spokesperson. It is possible that there might have been more such large bubbles which went unnoticed by the authorities. Neither Denmark nor Germany have been able to figure out what went wrong with the pipeline, but we have a fair idea of what happened. In order to keep the structure of the pipeline intact underwater where pressure levels are tremendously high, Russia possibly filled the pipeline with inert gases. That was done to ensure that the pipeline does not crumble due to the pressure that the water is constantly exerting on it. But something seems to have gone wrong with this pipeline all of a sudden, either accidentally or by design. The Nord Stream 2, suffering structural damage, will release 300 million cubic meters of gas underwater. That could create a hazardous situation in the region. Not to mention some big losses for all stakeholders. Russia has invested a lot in the Nord Stream 2 project. The total investment on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline project is estimated to be $11 billion. Half of that investment was made by Russia alone and the remaining by its European partners. And it was not like the project hit a roadblock during construction. The pipeline was completed and ready to begin operations when Germany pulled the plug on the whole thing. That angered Moscow. In fact, Russia had even filled the pipeline with gas to make sure its structure remained safe. The pipeline was expected to serve approximately 26 million households in Western Europe. Here are the European entities that have invested in the gigantic pipeline: ENGIE, OMV, Royal Dutch Shell, Uniper, and Wintershall. Uniper, which invested over $1 billion in the pipeline, has now been nationalized by Germany to save it from bankruptcy. In fact, the investments of all these European firms have turned out to be a grand waste. The leak, if orchestrated by Russia, is most likely a strategic tactic aimed at forcing stakeholders, including the German government, to return to the table. So, is Russia trying to remind Europe that it can weaponize the Nord Stream 2 even when it is not functioning? As it turns out, the Nord Stream 2 is not the only pipeline experiencing leaks. In fact, the Nord Stream 1, through which Russia has indefinitely suspended operations, is also leaking. According to authorities in Denmark, there have been 2 leaks on Nord Stream 1 and 1 leak on Nord Stream 2. Meanwhile, Sweden has claimed that the Nord Stream 1 is leaking in both Swedish and Danish waters. Danish authorities have asked that the level of preparedness for the country's power and gas sector be raised after reports of the leaks became public. But here's the interesting part. This seems orchestrated. All the leaks, multiple leaks being discovered at the same time across 2 different pipelines, none of it looks natural. So, who is behind it? While Russia may be trying to send a message to Europe, Washington too has an incentive to tinker with the pipelines.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the the border of Ukraine again, then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
The USA has much to gain if energy lines between Russia and Europe were to be structurally damaged. Either way, it is Europe's loss. Who do you think is behind the Nord Stream leak?